Coming up on the Daily O, how Oklahoma City is showing appreciation for our veterans.
And how SNAP benefits are being distributed to recipients. We'll tell you what to expect. All this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Daily O. I'm Reagan Downs.
And I'm Chance Annis. We're glad you're with us. Oklahoma is celebrating the 106th anniversary of Veterans Day by honoring the state's 900,000 veterans and active duty service members with free meals, tickets, and discounts across local businesses, museums, and attractions. From complimentary OKC Thunder tickets to free zoo admission and bus rides, dozens of organizations are showing their appreciation for those who served. From now until November 14th, the Oklahoma City Zoo is offering all active duty veterans and their families free general zoo admission. They will also receive special discounts while inside the park. The Oklahoma Hall of Fame has discounted admission for veterans and active duty military, while the Sam Noble Museum offers year-round free admission for veterans or active duty military. For those who prefer shopping, Kohl's has a 30% off qualifying purchases offer. If you're looking for a quick bite, multiple restaurants in the metro are offering free meals for veterans and active duty military, including Applebee's, Chili's, and Starbucks.
The Oklahoma Department of Human Services announced that Oklahomans with SNAP benefits should begin receiving partial payments today. This came after guidance from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The partial SNAP benefits payments are determined by the USDA. Amounts issued will vary based on federal guidance, and some recipients may not receive any partial payments due to eligibility restrictions. The ODHS does not determine who is eligible. SNAP recipients did not take any action to receive benefits, according to the news release. They will be issued automatically. EBT balances and information are available through the Connect EBT app and website.
Operation SAFE is moving from Tulsa to Oklahoma City, and while the mission remains the same, there are some slight differences. Operation SAFE is a state-led initiative aimed at removing homeless encampments on state-owned property in Oklahoma. Tulsa's Operation SAFE utilized trucks and bulldozers to clear camps. The operation also issued an ultimatum from Oklahoma Highway Patrol officers: either go to jail or undergo transportation to a treatment or housing facility. For the OKC operation, the state is collaborating with Key to Home, a program launched in 2023 that works with existing social services and manages an encampment rehousing initiative. Key to Home strategist Jamie Caves doesn't expect the same amount of debris as Tulsa because they plan to connect with people and give them time to gather important belongings. Caves emphasized that the Operation SAFE partnership with Key to Home is more focused on long-term solutions rather than just enforcement.
Today marks the 99th birthday of Route 66, and to celebrate, Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell and the Oklahoma Route 66 Commission announced new plans and programming ahead of the Route 66 2026 Centennial Celebration. The year-long festivities will highlight the history of Route 66 and Oklahoma's role in preserving the legacy of America's most well-known highway. According to the Commission, the initial plans are the foundation of a multi-year plan to honor the history, culture, and communities tied to the 400 miles of Route 66 running through Oklahoma. During Oklahoma's annual Weekend of Local, hosted by the Oklahoma Independent Shoekeepers Association, several communities along Route 66 are unveiling new murals on July 18, 2026. As we move closer to 2026, the Oklahoma Route 66 Commission said to look out for more statewide and individual events celebrating America's most iconic highway.
Well, it warmed up today, but what can we expect this evening? Bridget Nye joins us in the Weather Center with our evening forecast. What can we expect, Bridget?
Thanks, Chance. Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out that Tuesday forecast. Like Chance said, it did warm up today with our temperature looking at 66 degrees with our winds coming in from the southwest at 9 miles per hour. Looking across our campus, we can see that we have sunny skies and very limited cloud coverage. You'll find out about your rest of your week in your 7-day forecast. That's it for me. Back to you guys.
All right, Bridget, when we return, one Oklahoma business is challenging a gas station giant. We'll tell you who.
And a popular restaurant set to make its Oklahoma debut. We'll tell you when. The Daily O returns right after this.
Got a computer issue? Meet AB Computers, Stillwater's trusted experts in computer repairs. We understand how important your devices are to you. That's why we offer fast turnaround times, so you're never disconnected for long.
Hello, my name is Roger Smith. I'm the owner of AB Computers here in Stillwater. I offer excellent services for repairs, upgrades, custom build of systems. I do Mac and PC repair. I've got best prices on pretty much everything you can look for.
We service all types of computers, from PCs and gaming rigs to tablets and everything in between. Whatever your tech needs, AB Computers is your one-stop solution. Whether it's a locked screen, a sluggish system, or any other tech trouble, AB Computers has you covered. Visit us at 211 North Perkins Road, Suite number 10, right next to Walmart. Our new location offers easy access and plenty of parking, making it more convenient than ever to get the expert help you need.
Ace in the Bowl Salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl Salsa is an olive oil-based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten-free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
In Oklahoma, small business is preparing to battle with gas station giant Buc-ee's. Gerard Hewitt, who has owned Nut Huggers Apparel for 3 years, said he received a 3-page letter from attorneys at Buc-ee's that demanded he stop using his logo. Hewitt said he received the letters week after having his most profitable month of sales since he launched his business, and that the letter stated Hewitt's logo was a trademark infringement. The letter also demanded that the business stop using cartoon rodents, the colors red, yellow, and brown, and stop using baseball hats. It also demanded that Hewitt only use front-facing images. The small business owner, who has a trademark for his logo, said he would stop using specific colors. The gas station giant has sued other businesses in Missouri, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida for similar reasons.
The popular restaurant Shake Shack plans to open its first Oklahoma location November 19th at the newly opened Oak development in OKC. The fast-growing gourmet burger chain, which started in New York City, will open in a prominent all-glass building in front of the Heartwood Park outside of the Oak. Shake Shack is a fast, casual restaurant that features burgers, crispy chicken, hand-spun milkshakes, house-made lemonades, and more. Oklahomans can also expect to see Blue Mercury, a luxury cosmetic brand, open up in the near future.
With the temps swinging back and forth, it's hard to know what to look out for. Bridget Nye is back in the Weather Center with the latest. Bridget?
Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out that radar. As you can see, tonight we're going to have nothing across our state as of radar-wise. It's really going to be clear. We got a little bit down in the southwest, but that's really it. As we continue moving forward in our week, we can see that the southeast had a little bit, but has already pushed through. And again, there's nothing really much to see. For Wednesday morning, we're going to see some more cloud coverage than we saw the last few days, but not enough for any precipitation. What to look out for, though, we're going to be seeing sunny skies, like I said, throughout this week with high winds. That's why we're not really seeing any clouds, because they just keep getting pushed away. This weekend, though, we might see some possible storms as we get closer to Sunday and Monday, but you'll find out later in your 7-day forecast. Back to you guys.
We'll be on the lookout, Bridget. When we return, an end to the historically long government shutdown is on the horizon.
And the Affordable Care Act could see enhanced health insurance subsidies with certain conditions. We'll tell you what. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
After almost 42 days, the federal government appears poised to reopen. The United States Senate approved a massive funding package by a 60-40 vote last night, including 8 Democrats crossing party lines to join Republicans. The bill would keep the government funded through January 30th, 2026, and includes full-year appropriations for key agencies like Veteran Affairs and military construction. In return, Democrats secured a promise of a vote on extending the health insurance tax credits under the Affordable Care Act, though the deal does not guarantee the extension itself. The measure now heads to the House of Representatives, which could vote as soon as this week. If it passes and is signed by the Donald Trump administration, federal operations will resume and furloughed workers would receive back pay.
With the government one step closer to reopening, Senate Republicans are signaling they could support extending the Affordable Care Act's enhanced health insurance subsidies, but only if tougher abortion coverage restrictions are added. According to Senate Majority Leader John Thune, GOP lawmakers want any deal to include additions to the Hyde Amendment so that taxpayer dollars don't cover abortion services, including barring states from using other funds under the ACA to provide abortion coverage. Democrats say the demand is a non-starter, pointing out that the ACA already has guardrails in place, with the subsidy deadline looming and the federal government still shut down. The battle over health care funding has taken on another ideological front, one that could derail the deal over abortion policy more than dollars.
A dramatic scene is unfolding in eastern Ukraine as Russian forces roll into the strategically important city of Pokrovsk under cover of heavy fog. Video shared online shows troops moving on motorcycles and battered vehicles, some missing doors or windows, through debris-strewn streets, in a scene many have likened to the movies like Mad Max. The city, often called the gateway to Donetsk, is under intense pressure as reports suggest around 300 Russian soldiers may now be inside. While Moscow claims it is encircling the city, Kyiv insists supply lines remain open and that the fight is ongoing.
At this year's Veterans Day ceremony in Arlington National Cemetery, President Donald Trump honored more than 1 million American service members who made the ultimate sacrifice. Beginning with a wreath laying at the tomb of the unknown soldier, he spoke solemnly about duty and sacrifice and reflected on the debt the nation owes to its fallen heroes. His address also highlighted the role of American service members abroad and emphasized the ongoing commitment America must have to preserving freedom in their memory.
A creative rescue is underway for America's public broadcasting system. 3 original Bob Ross paintings are being auctioned to raise funds for local stations. There's a part of a collection of 30 Ross pieces donated to the distributor. The initiative comes in the wake of major cuts to federal funding for public broadcasting, a reduction of about $1.1 billion that left stations nationwide scrambling for alternative revenue. The auction opens today in Los Angeles and is expected to raise between $850,000 and $1.4 million in total from the full set of paintings.
When we return, Cowgirl basketball was in session this morning. Andrew Dunham has that in the Sports Corner right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Andrew Dunham, and let's talk some sports here in Stillwater. Starting off with Cowgirl basketball, who was back on the court earlier today, and our very own Zach Berger has more on the win over Prairie View A&M.
Class was in session today inside historic Gallagher-Iba Arena for Class at the Court Day. Not only was the fun and energy brought in the stands, but on the court as well, as the Cowgirls finished their perfect home slate to start the year with a 105-55 win over Prairie View A&M. It might have been early in the day, but that didn't slow down OSU from starting fast, going up by double digits after the first quarter and up over 30 at halftime, and the Pokes didn't look back. Have a day Micah Gray, 25 points, shooting 8 for 16 from the field with 5 threes. But she wasn't alone in the dominance. 4 other Cowgirls scored in double digits, with Haley Timmer at the next highest point total with 20. And it was a record-setting day. The Cowgirls break the NCAA record for most three-pointers through 5 games in a season. For J.C. Hoyt and the Cowgirls, the record is really just a symbol for the success and resilience they've shown throughout this first slate of play.
The fact of the matter is we don't break that three-point record without having an incredibly selfless team who's willing to share the ball. So we had 29 assists today. So I think the selflessness of this group, I think what we thought in terms of our depth and allowing us to just really play fast and not dip down in our pace, that was affirming to us.
Now for the first time this season, Oklahoma State hits the road as they head up to New York to take on St. John's next Wednesday. Reporting from Gallagher-Iba Arena, Zach Berger, The Daily O.
Even for a Tuesday 11 a.m. tip-off, it was still an electric atmosphere inside GIA. Switching gears to Cowgirls softball, their very own Jesse Martin has been named to the newly formed NCAA D1 Softball Oversight Committee. He is Oklahoma State's Senior Associate Athletic Director and Cowgirls Softball Sport Administrator. This newly formed committee consists of 18 members who will have authority over the sport's rules and legislation, as well as oversee the NCAA D1 Softball Championship. Martin is also one of the 10 members who will serve on the subcommittee tasked with selecting, seeding, and bracketing the Women's College World Series. He continues a 4-year term serving on the NCAA D1 Softball Committee that began in 2024. This honor earns the only representation from the Big 12 Conference on the committee. Cowboy Wrestling had a dominant weekend, and to start their season with a win over Stanford. Head coach David Taylor says how the meet will continue to grow the program's reputation.
Be back. Yeah, man, wrestling in this place is pretty special, and I thought tonight was a lot of fun. You know, we want to make wrestling exciting and enjoyable and a great product. And I thought our guys went out and wrestled pretty hard from start to finish, so pretty proud of them. Like, it's not just about this match. It's about building our reputation and our program of how we're going to wrestle. And if you have the expectation to wrestle in this program, that's the way we're going to wrestle. You know, and sometimes it's hard for a freshman maybe to realize, hey, that's what I'm supposed to go do, you know?
Switching gears to Cowboy basketball, and while both men's and women's programs are off to strong starts to the season, this certain Cowboy alumnus is making waves in the pro level. Cade Cunningham, now in his 5th year with the Detroit Pistons, was awarded Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Well, starting off this week's slate, last night Cunningham and the Detroit basketball Pistons defeated the Washington Wizards in overtime 137-135. Cunningham had a career-high performance, tallying a 46-point triple-double with 12 rebounds, 11 assists, 5 steals, and 2 blocks. Though he had more chances to find the back of the net in field goal attempts, where he was just 14 out of 45. Cunningham and the number 1 seeded Eastern Conference Detroit Pistons are back in action on Wednesday night against the Chicago Bulls. Well, that's all we had today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. When we return, how one teen learned the importance of honesty. Reagan and Chance have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
One legend continues to make history even after his death. Abby Walston has that and more in your A-List update. Abby?
Yeah, Chance. The original image for David Bowie's 1973 Aladdin Sane album has just become the most expensive album artwork ever sold. The famous picture of Bowie has beaten the record set by Led Zeppelin's debut album artwork, which sold for $325,000 in 2020. Bowie's Aladdin Sane cover was shot by Brian Duffy, one of the most influential London photographers of the 1960s. This striking image has become known as the Mona Lisa of pop, and is one of the most recognizable images of all time. It sold for $496,000 at Bonhams, London. John Bon Jovi becomes a grandfather of 2 after his son Jesse Bon Jovi welcomes his first child. On Monday, Jesse Bon Jovi and his wife Jessie Light announced via Instagram that they had welcomed a daughter named Blair Lucy Bon Jovi. The Livin' on a Prayer hitmaker gushed over becoming a grandparent during the recent appearance on the BBC's The One Show, saying, quote, "It's a new chapter in life." Earlier this year, John became a grandfather for the first time when his second son, Jake Bon Jovi, and his wife, Millie Bobby Brown, adopted a baby girl. Well, that's all for your A-List update. Back to you guys at the desk. One Australian teen learned the importance of honesty and gave up a hefty amount of cash for an even greater reward. 17-year-old Josh Pash was the first to notice a wad of cash sitting on the cement outside of a gas station. The money had fallen out of a pocket of a local tradesman, Daniel McKellar, who runs a demolition firm. Luckily for McKellar, Pash turned over the cash, which amounted to $3,500. To the teller, quote, "Without any hesitation, McKellar took it upon himself to repay the teen and found him through social media. Pash received $1,000 from McKellar, a job at his demolition firm, and even helped raise money for a brand new truck.
Today gives us the opportunity to thank the many men and women who fought for the good old USA. It's Veterans Day. Veterans Day honors military veterans who served in the United States Armed Forces. The federal holiday coincides with Armistice Day and Remembrance Day, which marks World War I. Initially, the United States observed Armistice Day as well. However, it evolved into the current Veterans Day in 1954. To show off a veteran you love, use hashtag Veterans Day to post on social media.
Well, before we go, let's go back to the Weather Center where Bridget Nye has our 7-day forecast. Bridget?
Thanks, Reagan. Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out that 7-day forecast. Again, with today, we're seeing those higher temperatures than yesterday. And as we continue on with our week, we can see that we're going to be in the 70s until Saturday. We'll hit 80, but then drop back down to the high 60s in the weekend with some chances of rain on the way. But that's it for me. Back to you guys.
All right, Bridget, that's a look at today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for the latest happenings here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Chance Annis.
And I'm Reagan Downs. Have a great night, everyone.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. The webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort.